We should have the like scores on right now.
Oh.
The Seahawks are winning 9-0.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. So they're probably going to win the whole entire game. That sucks, man. They're playing on Niner territory, and they're the ones that kind of like kicked them out of the actual playoffs. I'm like, oh.
So then we cheer for them. I think.
Welcome to the Coach Cooldown podcast. My name is Jeff, and this is Alicia. This podcast is all about being a fitness coach and trainer in this industry. The pros, the cons, everything in between, as well as if we would choose this again as a career, if given the opportunity. It comes to a point where I know there's a lot of people that say, I want to do that, or that looks kind of easy, I think I could do it, but there's things that people don't tell you. Because everything you see on social media is more or less going to be just all the cool stuff, the actual workouts and what reels you in to actually buy the product or be a part of the product, as opposed to what it actually takes to be in that situation, working behind the scenes.
I feel that myself and that you obviously have a lot of success in the fitness industry. You've created communities, you've created relationships with the clients, and you've been doing it for 10 plus years. And I feel I've done the same. So let's turn online and see what kind of community we can build online. And maybe that's for trainer wannabes or people who want to be a coach, or maybe it's for clients or people who are in the fitness industry that are on the other side. So not on our side, they're on the outside.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, to add on to that, 10 for me, 12 for you. You got to credit yourself for that. So please,
22.
round of applause. Round of applause for Coach Alicia. 12 plus years in the game.
22 combined years in fitness, you and I. So we have quite the stories, experiences, the good, the bad, the ugly, right?
All of the above.
And we're gonna talk about it all. Not today, but episode 1 is more of maybe introducing ourselves and then introducing what we're gonna talk about, pros, cons, fitness industry in general, and then maybe a little sneak peek of some episodes.
That's right.
And maybe some more real talk, but some sneak peek of what's to come this season.
Now, we should probably get right into the pros and cons, right?
Yeah, let's
so
do
if we had to talk about pros and cons, I have some things that were listed, at least the thoughts that were in my mind, is some of them being the impact in community. You make a pretty big impact in people's lives, right?
Yes.
Because we both have trained one-on-one clients, coaches, sports, so on and so forth. But also where we work now, or we work together now, that's a big group of people. Several hundred people in one building, and we know pretty much all of them. Yeah. But we bonded together and created a really good community. So I feel like that's one of the best positive aspects that we could pick out of what we do as our career.
Yeah, impact and community are things that maybe we don't think about when we get into the industry, that you don't go into the industry for that. Maybe a little bit of impact, but maybe not community.
Wait, what was your expectation when you first started?
I mean, let's just be honest. When I got into the fitness industry, I just fell into it because I was in the fitness world. So a lot of people get into the fitness industry because they are fit, or they enjoy being at the gym with their bros, or they enjoy working out.
Did you feel in some sort of way when you first started training that you're like, all right, cool, I'm going to help all types of people?
No, because I think when you start, you have this expectation of what the client is. And the client is everything that's not what you're thinking. But you don't get to pick that.
No, not in the beginning, at least, right?
Not in the beginning.
Yeah. I thought that when I first got into it, that my first client, I'm like, I'm going to turn this dude into a beast. I don't care what he looks like. He's going to be the biggest, swollest dude out there. And I'm just like, all right, that didn't work out how I thought it was going to work out. But
how did it work out? What happened to it?
Man, you know what? It was actually a female.
Of course it was.
The story about her is pretty wild. She was my very first client, my very first one-on-one. She went to prison for murder.
What?
Yeah.
I actually did not know this. So this is...
She stabbed her fiance in the heart.
Prior to working with you?
No.
After you worked with her?
Yeah. I was like, where is she? And the news goes on and somebody texts me and I'm just like, well, there goes my first client.
You know how much I love crime shows, right? I'm like salivating right now.
You might want to look into that, man. We'll discuss details later off camera.
Yeah.
But other than that, so, I guess that could go into the con, is just the inconsistency of how your hours may be because of situations such as that. Right. So that's some of the cons. Right.
True.
The inconsistency as far as money goes, schedule, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Inconsistent income.
Yeah.
And long hours or a bad schedule. I would say that's something that they probably don't think getting into it is
how much you're going to freaking work.
It's not a 9 to 5.
No.
It's not a 9 to 5.
More like a 6 to 6.
It's like 5 to 8 and then an 8 to 10.
It's worse for you in your situation.
Yeah.
She teaches very early classes. I'm talking 5:15 a.m. early.
Yeah. It's early. It's early mornings, late nights.
Yeah.
Who gets the privilege to train at noon?
I mean,
Years
these
down the
days,
road. Yes,
yeah,
years down
there's
the
some
road.
people that could escape the office a little bit more than previously before COVID, but
Yeah.
still, regardless, like the vast majority of the people are training around the times that you're teaching very early in the morning, or
Yeah.
somebody else during the evening times, either very early morning or late night, correct? Right.
100%, especially when you first start.
Yeah. So,
And going back to the type of clientele that you have in the
Mhm.
beginning, you just take what you can get. It's
Exactly.
the same thing as, okay, they're available at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm taking them. They're
Yeah.
available at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm taking them.
you don't have a choice. You have to take them as a client. Though, albeit, I don't want that to sound like we're bagging on these people, because I
Right.
loved my first clients. They're awesome. They're
The
so fun.
murderer?
The murder, she was actually cool. I'm still not going to judge your situation. I don't know what happened there, right? But still, like,
I
I'm
gotta
talking
know.
about after. Yeah, so that's one of them. And another con would be the emotional labor of being on always,
Mhm.
because you are, in essence, a customer service representative, right?
It is customer service.
100%.
It's a customer service role.
Mhm.
For sure. You have to put on your happy face, and there's not a moment where you can really be off because they're paying you
Mm.
for your time. Most likely like some high dollar,
Yeah. But also, you don't want to spoil the vibe of the person who came in here who may be actually happy to see you. You are who you are.
Yeah.
You don't want that to retract away from who you are. But at the same time, you still have to have a pleasant personality for whoever's in front of you. But then sometimes that can be exhausting when maybe you just had a moment that wasn't necessarily the best prior to that session. Then all of a sudden you walk into that session and have to turn your entire mood around.
Right.
It's not the easiest thing in the world,
Yeah.
as opposed to, like you said, like you could just hide at your desk if you work at a computer.
Yeah. It's not one of those jobs where if you're having an off day, you can't just run away from it.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess you could, but
Yeah.
that's the other thing. If you're not working, likely you're not getting paid.
Exactly.
You only are getting paid as a trainer, as a coach, you're only getting paid for the time that you're there, which
Yeah.
is 7 p.m. or 7
Right.
a.m.
So I guess you could add that to the con, is that we would have to branch off and work at multiple places at some
Yeah.
point, right?
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. Otherwise, you're not going to survive, or have some other stream of income or
Yeah.
business, right? Or this might just be something you have to say, oh man, I might just have to put this as a little side gig at the end of the day while I do my 9 to 5, right?
Yep.
So it puts a lot of perspective into you, and you have to really think about it.
Do you have any more pros? Let's end on something positive, right?
Learning. You learn a lot. You grow a lot.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
What's your biggest takeaway? What's your biggest takeaway from training for 10 years?
Public speaking, for sure, is one of them, especially with the groups and being on a microphone, but also just being able to understand different personalities and somehow learn how to handle each of them, because every person's different.
Totally. I actually really like that one.
Yeah, you can't just go in there and
Yeah,
act the exact same with everybody.
that's a skill.
It is a skill, right? You just
Mhm.
have to figure out your client's personality. So it's a lot of learning somebody.
Mhm.
I guess you could say that's psychology in a sense, right?
Yeah,
To some
I
degree.
learned that when I coached basketball. You coach 15-year-old
Yeah.
girls.
Oh yeah.
All of them have different personalities, different
Exactly.
emotional
Mhm.
levels, and unfortunately, you can't treat them all the same. You might have to treat someone a little different than the other.
But again, that's part of what helps you grow. Public speaking and personal growth, in the sense that you're able to understand people a little bit better and kind of diversify how you treat people, how you carry about your day, and how you articulate something to someone so they could do what they're there for.
Mhm.
That's what it is. I used to be terrified of public speaking.
Where you same. I
Yeah.
mean, in the classroom,
Mhm.
you like reading in
Yeah,
front of the in front of the whole entire class.
Next paragraph, Alicia. Would you like to read the next paragraph,
Yeah,
please?
that's where you hide and you don't want to read, and then here we are.
I have a tummy ache.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Mrs. Jenkins, I have to go. My tummy hurts. That's just what it is. So what is your takeaway?
Let's see. My takeaway from training all these years and all these people, and whether it's one-on-one or group or managing trainers, whatever it is the connection that you make, the relationships that you have with people. And that goes back to the impact that you make. You spend a lot of time, say you're training someone three times a week at their most vulnerable stage in their day. That right there creates a bond. That creates a bond that you can't really understand
Right.
unless you're those two people. You're gonna see them fail. You're gonna
Yeah.
see them be vulnerable.
Yeah.
They're gonna hate you at some point. And that's what creates that amazing relationship.
You know you've created a good relationship with them when they're comfortably able to cuss you out.
Yep. Yeah. Ooh, when they fire you?
No, not like that.
Oh, not like that.
I'm talking about when they're doing an exercise and they look at you and like
cuss you out.
let's do another set, and they look at you and you're like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, like that's how you know, and then like you could giggle about it after. So that you know you've created a good friendship with someone and they get that comfortable with you. Right?
Yeah.
So that's one
totally.
of those things. I get that. So if you had any advice, let's say somebody was listening to this podcast right now and said, you know, this is for me. I've always wanted to be a trainer. I want to know some information about what I'm getting myself into. If you had anything that you wanted to tell a new or aspiring coach or trainer out there before they got into this industry, what would you tell them personally?
Be authentic. They can get ideas. Of course, fitness, you can absolutely steal ideas.
You have to.
You have to.
You have to.
It's the name of the game.
Right.
But you have to be able to put your own flavor to it.
Yeah.
Because people like you for you. People like me for me. People like your style because of who you are.
Yeah.
They don't like a forced personality.
I agree with that one. That's the same exact thing that I would say. That's absolutely perfect. Just be you.
Be you.
In all situations, be you and trust in yourself.
Trust in yourself.
Trust
Confidence.
in yourself. Confidence looks good on everybody.
It does.
Every single person.
And you don't necessarily, not everyone has it right away.
Right.
But if you're feeling yourself, then if you're, you know, you should be able to.
Feel good about yourself. There's always going to be a situation where you don't feel confident, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try at least. Right? Eventually it will come out. So just keep chipping away at it, man. Before
we wrap up completely, let's talk about the future episodes. So maybe some of the topics that we talked about today, the pros and the cons, we're going to make those into full-on episodes.
Yeah, all of those can totally be branched off into their own little topic.
Yep. Burnout, money, certification, social media pressure, boundaries.
For the people who love the chisme out there.
Yeah, boundaries.
For those of you who don't speak Spanish, the gossip.
But before we move on to that, let's do our reoccurring segment, which is I'm going to ask you a question at the end of every episode, Jeff.
Okay.
And it's going to be, what did you train this week?
What did I train this week?
I mean, hello.
That's funny. All I did was hit the double end bag a bunch of times because we had so much work to do.
What's a double end bag for those that don't know?
The double end bag is a little ball filled with air that's connected to two ties. If you've ever been to a boxing gym.
Oh, the little thing?
Yeah. One is attached to something that's not elastic. The bottom is an elastic, and you're hitting it for timing, rhythm, accuracy. It was just my way of getting some cardio. And then other than that, I squatted, I benched, and I deadlifted, and that was pretty much it. And I only lifted on 2 days this week. It was crazy. It was wild. It was a wild week. So a lot of cardio more than lifting. So next week I'm back on it.
Who are you?
There is so much to work on between this and everything else I needed to do. So it was and I had a full schedule every day.
Right.
I'm giving myself excuses here, aren't I?
You got to fit it in somewhere.
But I did work out. Every day I did something. I sweat every day. That was the main thing.
Okay.
How about you?
Pretty crappy as well. I think I finished the week with a whopping 16 miles this week running. And I think I lifted maybe 2 or 3 times.
She said a whopping 16 miles. And I've said this to her before, something along the lines of, you ran 16 miles in 1 week and I haven't ran 16 miles altogether in the past year.
Yeah, we're very different.
Yeah, I know.
We have complete different training cycles.
Your cardio shit's online all day, any day. All those times.
I'm going to get back into lifting.
Hey,
starting next week.
I like that you say that because I'm not going to get back into running. I'm cool. I'm good off that, man. Like that one time I started cramping with you when we tried to run, I'm just like, oh God, my leg.
Yeah, what happened to those running shoes that you bought?
I still got them. You want them?
No, I don't want them. I think they're going to fit me, but I think you should,
They're really soft and squishy, so sometimes I wear them just to walk around when I, feel
at least they're being used,
They used to, when I go to Target.
Okay, they're your Target shoes. I like that. All right, and then last thing here, let's reflect on the one question that we kind of started with, which was, would you choose this career again?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Tell me why.
This career made me who I am today. I don't think that I would have the same confidence and belief in myself and have impacted as many lives as I possibly could have if I didn't do this. Otherwise, I would have been, and there's nothing wrong with these jobs. I probably would have been in construction or I would have been an electrician. That's the only place that I would be able to go to is the trades. But this job gave me purpose. And it led me to a lot of other things that I never thought I would do. I've been able to get around the world with this job. So it's like, okay, this is kind of cool. I'm not going to have any complaints.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Would you?
Yeah, I would. I think I'm good at it.
Yeah.
There was a time in my life where I felt like I didn't know what my purpose was.
Mhm.
And only about maybe 5 or 6 years ago where it really clicked. And
Mhm.
I had been doing fitness for 6 years prior to that. Now I don't have to be sad about that anymore because I do remember being younger and thinking, what kind of corporate job am I going to get? Or how am I going to use my degree?
Yeah.
Or everyone else is doing this, or everyone else is going to grad school.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing?
Right.
And I'm just like this competing athlete that I'm like trying to just prolong that as long as I can.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago is when it kind of clicked for me. And I don't know what it was. I think I had just got done like warming up the class. And to me, it was like busy class.
Mhm.
And I remember thinking like, I'm not nervous to do this anymore. I'm not like, I don't have to prep for this anymore.
Right.
I just know what I'm saying
Yeah.
and I know what I want and I know how to get it across.
You can go in there and talk to 30 people and guide them confidently through a workout and have no worries about it at the end of the day, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
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 So I guess the answer is yes. So
For the consolation, everybody likes you. Everyone I talk to is like, Alicia's fucking phenomenal. And that's why we're right here doing a podcast right now.
Exactly. That's why we're talking about fitness.
Yeah.
Because it is our life.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to give some insight as to what else goes on,
Right.
good and bad. Hopefully, if you were listening and you liked it or you heard something you liked and you want to share it with somebody, we would love to be shared. This is new. This is new for us, but we plan on doing it. We plan on doing a whole season of the things that we talked about. So yeah, make sure to subscribe and like us, share it with someone. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on YouTube. Hit us up with some comments. And maybe if you have any questions or topics that you want us to discuss, let us know. So thanks again for listening. This is the Coach Cooldown podcast.
Prior to that, what is your Instagram?
My Instagram, we're going to get better at this. Don't worry. My Instagram is my name, Alicia Keeker 3.
And that's Keeker, Keuker.
No.
No?
No.
What the fuck?
It's Kue.
I know, I was just testing you.
No. You were so confident.
You tell them. You tell the people.
Keueker.
Yeah, let me not try to ever take a German class ever again in my life. And you can find me at JeffInMotion__.
All right. Thanks for listening. And we'll see you next time.
That's a wrap. Let's fucking go.